taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, I think just to end it off with a little NFL playoff talk. Because, you know... Yeah, so then that means LB goes and makes cookies for niggas and shit like that in an apron that says, kiss the cookies.
Nah, that's y'all whole ass.
Hey, as long as it's chocolate chip or sugar, I'm straight.
Well, I mean, if you're a female, then yeah, you kiss the cook, but
and pause it sugar and chocolate chip. I'm just saying.
Damn, y'all think it's really? I got y'all whole ass niggas. Like, damn, y'all really acting greasy. Like,
no, but I mean, to LB's credit, I mean, this is the most I've ever talked about football this year. So give him some.
Yeah, that's true. Because before this nigga, like when we started, this nigga would be like, "Get the fuck out of there! That's slave shit."
I mean, his home team is making the playoffs, so
they kind of I mean, they ended the season bad, but they should have won the division, but yeah.
Yeah,
they tricked the division. They were up comfortable to win the AFC East. That's wild.
Yeah, so everyone knows so pretty much now the bracket set we have two games for Saturday. Just bring it up real quick. You know, while it's wild card weekend, you know, for the NFC, the 49ers get the bye, and for the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens get the bye. So Saturday, the first game is Cleveland Browns and Houston Texans. Seeds 5 and 4 on NBC. Pilot P, what are we thinking?
Which game?
Browns and Texans. That's the first game that kicks off Wild Card Weekend.
See, that's a tough one because the Browns have an all-world defense, but I don't know if their offense in the playoffs, is going to hold up. But Flacco's been on a good run, but I don't know if he'll be able to keep it up.
Yeah, to me, that's like fairy tale shit because it's gonna come to end. I actually think like Stroud is actually doing wonderful things for the Texans. Like
amazing, Stroud.
I think I'll favor the Browns simply because remember the Texans, they're down on like wide receivers and their defense has been beatable. So I think the Browns will get by in the first round. But it'll be a close one.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like it'll probably be within a touchdown or even a field goal or two. But I'm going with the Texans on this one. Pilot, what about you? You going with Browns too?
I'm all over. I mean, I used to argue with my boy about who should have been the first pick, C.J. Stroud over that Bryce Young, and I was like, I'm taking Stroud. I know he's an OSU quarterback, but I see some special quality in him, and I didn't expect him to have the year he did. I mean, he's clearly rookie of the year. I feel like even though my Rams receiver Puka did break the record of reception yards for rookies in '68 or in 1960s, I do have to give it to Stroud because the Texans were terrible last year. You know, I mean, either
they were god awful. And shout out to was it DeMeco Ryans? DeMeco Ryans,
yeah. I mean,
shout out to DeMeco Ryans. Yo, that motherfucker turned that shit fucking around.
I mean, he won the division.
He should be the coach.
Yes, I was gonna say, is he coach of the year over Dan Campbell though? Because the Lions. Yeah, he should be, but the Lions.
No, he should be the coach. No, DeMeco Ryans helped turn that whole team around. Like he should be coach of the year. Sorry.
Yeah, he should. Although shout out to respects to Dan Campbell though, because that motherfucker because to me Dan Campbell is like a very lower version of Coach Mike though, because he clearly knows how to get the best out of his players, and you can tell that motherfuckers will like they want to play hard for that dude, So it's like But yeah, DeMeco Ryans though, like his is like an instantaneous, like P said, like he should be coach of the year, like that. Like he got him into the fucking playoffs as a 4 seed, like yeah, like he should absolutely be coach of the year, But yeah, that's the game on NBC, and then later on, and this is the first time I know NFL. For some reason, NFL they like to sell their time to the highest bidder. So this game is going to be shown exclusively on Peacock, unless, of course, you live locally in Miami or Kansas City, which I think is kind of dumb. Like, why would you put a playoff game on Peacock? Knowing goddamn well that not everyone has Peacock,
I'm okay with it because I have Peacock, so yeah.
And even more wildly, it's the Dolphins and the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, on there. Like, why would you actually put them of all teams on Peacock? Like that's the shit that don't make too much sense to me, but But yeah, Dolphins and Chiefs, man. What are we thinking? Because you know the Chiefs. Because you know Patrick Mahomes has no fucking receivers. Like no
receivers. No.
And his offensive line is trash this year. But they do have a good. They do have a good defense. I will say that. And Miami's kind of hurt right now, so yeah, I'm giving it to Kansas City.
It depends if Jalen Waddle's playing. I feel like for me, I don't know if I know Waddle was hurt too. I don't know if he's out for the year or not, but the both teams are struggling. Like, you know, again, I'm from the same city as Tua, so I'm kind of like, fuck, come on, Tua. Sometimes you had crazy stats, but you got Tyreek Hill and you're fucking up. So both these teams, I don't see both these teams getting past the next round, but I probably lean toward the Chiefs.
Yeah, and yeah, because them motherfuckers choked. And yeah, I'm just reading. I'm going to go through Anthony's comments. Because, you know, he says, blame that dumbass quarterback Tua. There's limitations of what McDaniel can do with this kid. Yet the GM wants to keep him, keep him. And yeah, I've had my criticisms with Tua in the past, especially during the whole concussion saga that he had. That, you know, that I was like, geez, like, Dolphins, like, you know, you gotta ruin this kid's career. You gotta turn him into Al Toon if you keep fucking around with that shit. You know, and then, you know, he says, and then Anthony says, honestly, I think this is a fluke. I don't think they're gonna do this again next year. I think they're gonna be back to a rebuilding team. I think they caught the Jags off guard. Oh, so you're probably talking about
the Texans. The Texans,
yeah.
Nah, I mean, CJ Stroud to me got some Mahomes quality. I mean, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but he seems like he's got that special innate. You know, certain quarterbacks have that special innate. You know, Lamar. Some of those guys just seem special. I don't know.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. And he was a lot better than the other fucking quarterback that they had. What's his fucking name? That white cat. That was kind of.
Oh yeah, I forgot his that dude.
Yeah. And then, you know, Anthony Mazzon says the NFL doesn't trust the Dolphins on primetime television, but that's why they blew it past the fast few times this season on primetime.
Bills, yeah, they can't beat the Bills or any good team. I mean, yeah, they got the win on the Cowboys, but like they haven't looked good against good teams for the most part.
I mean, even the Eagles beat the Dolphins pretty handily. So,
yeah.
You know, and of course I'll get more into that why I say it like that, especially against the team I support. So. But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I personally, I think Mahomes will get that. I mean, they'll get that. Like, yeah, because I don't trust Tua. Like the way Tua choked, the whole Dolphins choked in the last quarter against the Bills. I was just like, yeah, that told me what I needed to know. I was just like, nah, they're not. I don't see them now. It would be, but it wouldn't surprise me if they beat the Chiefs. But I don't think that's going to happen. And then Sunday we get 3 games. The first game, of course, is one of the beneficiaries of the Jags actually losing and blowing it. Would be the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 7 seed, facing the Bills at 2 seed. You know, and like I said, Coach Mike is, you know, the epitome of just like consistency, like. For as long as he's been with that team, he's had no losing seasons. I think he's had a couple of 8 seasons, which is still a winning season, you know. But it's just like, you know, that kind of consistency is good. Now, thankfully for him, he's had playoff appearances. He has a Super Bowl win. He has, you know, all that other shit. So it's not like, so you know. So it's not. I mean, he's not on any chopping block. Like, dude is in the playoffs. He's in there, and he's doing it with no fucking talent. Because I don't believe in no fucking Mason Rudolph. Like, you know, I don't believe in that guy. Like in there. So it's like, but apparently he wants to play hard for Mike. So I'm like, fuck it. And then the Bills are the Bills. Like Josh Allen is like hot and cold. Like 1 minute that dude is just like he's all world, and next like. Dude is he's like one of the worst quarterbacks in the world. So, but I'm thinking that the Bills will probably beat the Steelers handily. What about you guys?
Bills win this one. They stomp them out. Sorry.
Yeah. What about you, Pilot?
Sorry, which game this was? My fault. It kind of broke out.
Bills and Steelers.
Oh, Bill! I mean, shout out to the Steelers. You know, Tomlin's a great Hall of Fame. You know, one of the best coaches in the league. But Bills should win. They should have won that, but they've been up a little up and down. I mean, you know, there'll be an upset. You know, we're not gonna get any of these. You know, it's gonna be a big upset, but I don't think it's gonna be this one. I'll pick Buffalo.
Word, yeah. I mean, like, and I know. And the funny thing too is like just a couple seasons ago, like these Bills, like the Bills in the playoffs was just like, what the fuck is that? Like that was like an anomaly. Now these
I remember after my Rams won the Super Bowl, the fucking week 1, the Bills blew us the fuck out. Like I remember that, but I was like, oh my god, like that was nasty work.
Yeah, cause I know the Bills. If there's one team I know that's really yearning for a Super Bowl, and if they ever win a Super Bowl, God help Buffalo. You're gonna see bullshit that you'll never see before. Like these motherfuckers are known for, like their fans are known for putting each other through tables and shit, whether themselves or other people. Imagine the fuckery that happens if they win.
Yeah, I'm convinced that all Bills fans are the spawns of ECW parents. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah, like they're gonna go ham in Buffalo if the Bills ever win a fucking Super Bowl. Like that shit's. The memes and the videos will go fucking crazy. It will surpass even what the Cats did in Philadelphia after they won the Super Bowl. Like they will go nuts. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the afternoon game, which is probably gonna be the most watched game in the whole day. We have the Green Bay Packers at 7th seed for the NFC, and then the number 2 seed we have the Dallas Cowboys. So
Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean Jordan Love actually had a good year, proving he's a franchise quarterback, but the Cowboys should win that. But it's the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys. You know they choked. So.
Yeah, like the Cowboys can get out of wild card. Like I mean, they have a history of getting out of wild card, and like I said, Packers are still a pretty young team. And Jordan Love. I mean, obviously, because Dak obviously is an MVP candidate, so it's like obviously, it would be a big hit to that if Jordan Love outplays him and Jordan Love ends up bouncing us. Like that would be a huge upset. Like, but yeah, I honestly don't see the Packers winning that game. Like something drastic would really have to happen. But yeah, I do see the Cowboys winning that pretty handily too. Yeah, because either way, of course it's at Dallas too. I don't. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not there on that team. Like And Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers, but
no, but he had a good year. I mean, a better year than. But yeah, he shouldn't.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
Do you think Cowboys are going to blow him out, or do you think going to be competitive?
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is healthy. Like, I think too. Yeah. Like, a lot of the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys are getting healthy at the right time too.
I was definitely wrong about Lamb. Like I always felt Lamb was like kind of a weaker number 1 in the league because he never. I don't know until this year. This year he
he's clearly the best wide receiver in the league today.
In the league this year, yeah. I mean, Justin Jefferson, it's great, but he was hurt this year. Chase was the best receiver in football this year. You know what I mean? Well, him or Tyreek Hill, but I would probably lean towards Chase was dominant. Yeah, Chase was killing it. But I was at first, I was like, this nigga is not really a true number 1. I felt like, but prove me wrong. I'll eat crow.
Yeah, no, and then me, like my team is rival them. Like I don't like to give the Cowboys any credit, but I'll give them credit just this one time, for that. So yeah, but like I said, yeah, as much upside though, of course, I will. If the Packers do beat the Cowboys at Dallas, I will call up every Cowboys fan I know, and I will talk some cats.
My dad's a Cowboys fan, but he's a realistic one. He's not like one. He's more of a negative fan, like I am with the Rams.
Right, yeah. Like the Cowboys get out of wild card. It's the divisionals. Whoever they face in the divisionals, that's the real test. And then we got the main event. We got the Sunday night game pilot between your Los Angeles Rams at 6th seed and the Detroit Lions. And of course, we have Goff versus Stafford. Of course, each were the quarterbacks on the other team.
The QB swap trade. It's kind of poetic.
Yeah,
in a sense, because it's the actual Lions' first playoff game in that stadium.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is when the Lions won their division. That was their first title in 30 years. You have to understand the Lions only have one playoff victory in their whole existence, and it was at their old field. So it's like. So it's actually nuts that this is. So it's nuts for them that they actually have a division title and that they're actually in this. And truthfully, if there was going to be an upset pilot, I would say your Rams could actually beat the Lions. I don't know why, but I just have that feeling.
I'm calling it upset alert. I think the Rams actually win this one.
Yeah, and personally, I want them to because the Niners face the lowest seed in the divisionals, and the Rams, are the lowest, are lower than the Eagles. So
yeah, I mean, the Lions been the top 4 consistent team in the NFC. I mean, clearly, it was y'all at first, y'all and Niners, and then clearly, I hate to say it, it's the Niners are the number 1 team in the NFC right now. I mean, the strongest,
Yeah.
But the Lions kind of were, number 3 for a bit. I felt like number 3 for a little while. Like they've been, but it's the Lions.
Yeah, it's the Lions.
They're the Lions, and they're a little inexperienced. I mean, my Rams, I didn't expect it. I mean, we have a lot of rookies doing shit this year.
Yeah, but the fun thing is Goff has a lot of weapons. Like he has, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has Laporta, although I think his knee is injured or something like that, or something's going on. He has Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery.
Laporta is hurt. I don't think he's going to play.
Who's hurt? Oh, the tight end? Damn.
Sam Laporta, yeah.
That rookie tight end, he's nice.
Yeah, and which sucks because the Rams are horrible when it comes to defending tight ends. So Laporta would have been running wild, but he ain't going to be running at all.
He wasn't crazy on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I mean the Lions are superb, but like I said, there is a phrase to say, Lions gonna line, so like I said, Rams will probably get that for me. I do think the Rams will
I gotta rock, I gotta rock with my Rams. You already know the deal.
Yeah, I know the deal. And then last but certainly not least, although again, this is one of the things, I don't understand. We have the Monday night game where we have the 5th-seeded Philadelphia Eagles facing, 4th-seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Truthfully, the whole NFC fucking South should be wiped off the fucking playoffs, really. Like,
why is there a Monday night game?
Yeah, honestly, and I was telling people this too, like, we should have gotten the Peacock game. Like, honestly, because, why? And this is what I think, the Eagles... For 5 weeks ago, the Eagles were on top of the NFL. We had a 10-1 record. We beat the Bills in probably the best game of the season overall so far. And after that, we won one of our last 5-6 games or whatever the fuck. So it's like, what the hell happened? Like, because the Eagles, because fun things too, we lost to the Niners. We still had the best record. We lost to the Cowboys again. We lost to the Cowboys. We split the season with Cowboys. We were still number 1. We lost to the Seahawks. We were still number 1. Like we were still number 1. But then it was just like after that, it was just like a whole. It was just cascading. We kept on losing games. Like the Seahawks game hurt, but the Cardinals game really fucking hurt because after that, yeah, the Niners took over and didn't look back. And then even then, we had one more shot of getting the 1 seed. Yeah, that was the game that killed our 1 seed. And then of course we lose to the Giants we split the season with the Giants, which is in the season finale, which was just disgusting. Yeah, no, the Eagles are going through some shit, and then they're facing the Buccaneers, who, for whatever reason, only managed 9 fucking points against the Panthers in a win.
In a win. I mean, I can tell coming into the season that division was going to be like an 8-9 win division, because there was not really a true, good team in that division.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the Falcons were in it, and they're like the Falcons. I think for them it was like they're winning in. Like if the Falcons beat the Saints, they would have been the NFC champion. We'd be playing in Atlanta, and Atlanta's been shitty because they fired the coach immediately after. Like no team deserved to win like that, but the Bucs did it, and it's just like part of me is thinking like any other time I was like, we'll beat the brakes off the Bucs. Fucking Tampa Bay, but I don't even know like. The Eagles have no momentum going into this fucking playoffs. Like none. We lost. It's
bad. Did Jalen get hurt? Pause. I mean, did he get
no, the Eagles will win this game. I'm sorry.
Eagles should win.
I'm sorry. See, I'm shaking because we should have beat the Cardinals, and they had a field day. We should have beaten the Tyrod Taylor, and the Giants had the fucking field day. Like shitty teams are having field days against us because our defense. The defense is old. Our coordinators can't scheme. Nothing. Like no one. Like
The offensive coordinator. Yeah, my boy was saying you're losing your OC was a major thing. I was like, no, because Hurts played well at first. And I was like, yeah, maybe losing the OC hurt because I don't know what happened to the imagination of the offense. But
yeah, no, the OC and the DC, we lost both. We Gannon. Obviously, Gannon left, and obviously because he was blamed largely for the Super Bowl loss. But losing our OC was like the big thing because now it's like our offense is predictable. How we got to 11 fucking wins is honestly a mystery to me now.
Well, y'all were like 8-1 at once, or 10 like weren't you like 10-0 or 9-1 or something?
Yeah, we were 10-1.
Yeah, that's
with first year
slump. I mean, what would you say caused the slump though? Like what caused that second half of that season? Like, what do you think?
I mean, one is we had a brutal stretch.
Oh yeah, strength of schedule.
We had the toughest schedule in there. So we got 11 wins. We were 11-6, and I think the guys probably got burned out. And then the coordinators obviously weren't making the type of adjustments that were making them to make the games a little bit more simple or easy. So that's the problem. So now, like, because now we have Jalen, whose finger got compromised. It's not broken or fractured. It was dislocated. But motherfuckers, when he gave that middle finger, that shit had me shivering. And then you have AJ Brown. He went down with his knee. We don't know what the status of his knee is. And then, Devontae Smith, he had a knee injury because he got hurt. Because motherfuckers decided that he needed to be blocking with his skinny self, and and he had a knee injury. And it's just like, all you can do is just say like, what the fuck. I mean, I get it. Like the Eagles should beat Tampa Bay, but. Now I'm just like I have to see it now. I have to see them stomp Tampa Bay out. Yeah, but like I said, I just think it would just be fitting that if the Eagles on prime time,
at home, right? Obviously at home.
No,
yeah, they're not at home because they lost the division. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, we lost the division, so Tampa Bay is hosting.
Nah, y'all should win.
Yeah, we should win, but it's just like I would not be surprised if fucking Baker Mayfield has a career day. Him and was it Mike Evans or whatever that because Mike Evans could still fucking catch. So it's like all I know is like because I'm gonna tell you guys like we probably will not be podcasting on Monday because I'm gonna be wound up tight watching this fucking game. I don't want to be casted.
Yeah, we're straight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be back next week talking about. I don't even talk. We'll be talking boxing next week this time.
Yeah, and I just ran some of Anthony's comments before we get up out of there. Yeah, because he says honestly, I think it's too soon for the Detroit Lions. I think this is a Cinderella story. I think they may go back and rebuild and try to find a quarterback. Jared is not the answer. I don't know. Do you guys think Jared is the answer? I mean, he's playing well.
I used to call him Jared.
He's playing well. I
used to call him, for the longest time, and I coined the nickname on the Collie and etc. But I used to call him Jared Goffle for the longest time until he got us to the Super Bowl the first time when we lost. But
I mean, then again, I was like both quarterbacks. Like I used to coin Matt Stafford. I used to coin him Stat Padford.
Stat Pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I mean, both guys have proved. I mean, Goff. It's bittersweet, like seeing Goff, like because he was number one pick. He was picked over Wentz. Wentz looked like he was going to be MVP till he got hurt. I was like, damn, we could have got Wentz.
But Wentz at least Wentz before he, has a Super Bowl ring to his credit. Goff is looking for his Super Bowl ring.
And Goff, I mean, he was like looking like a souped up Jimmy G, in a sense. Garrett, I mean, that was really Gurley, even though he got hurt. Fuck, that's so sad thinking about Gurley, but Goff did his thing. I mean, he made up the play act and he was doing his thing, and he's brought some of that experience. Clearly, I mean, the Lions wouldn't be where they're at without Jared Goff.
Yeah, like Goff has chemistry with his receivers, his running backs, and stuff like that. You can tell that he does. So that's what makes him dangerous.
Like St. Brown's elite. I know they drafted that Jameson Williams, who's more of a speed. Like he didn't draft him in the first round, but he's a fast motherfucker. And Gibbs looks like a damn monster. They have a lot of weapons.
Like I said, I mean, like the Lions, the Lions, as long as they can keep maintaining their core, the core players underneath their contracts, the Lions will probably be a problem. Like They will probably take over. They'll probably take over from the NFC North, or take over from Green Bay, or
for a couple, 3-4 years. I love Dan Campbell. Like if I was an NFL player and I had he'd be one of the coaches I love to play for because that dude, he loves the game, man. He loves the game.
I mean, dude was a good football player this time too. So it was just like, dude's he's a football player's coach, and truthfully, sometimes that's what you need. And he's lit a fire underneath their asses, so it's like that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. And then Chris Brady and the Eagles might get it together. See them blowing out the niggas. No home sizzle, home bizzle. I mean, like I said, I hope they do because, like I said, they haven't shown any bit of a turn. Like the last time the Eagles looked good, it was in the first quarter of the Niners game, which when the score was like 6-6. And they were and the defense was making stops, and it looked like we were about to, put their foot in the asses again before the Niners was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? And they turned it up. So yeah, I'm hoping for that. Absolutely. And then Anthony says, honestly, I understand why you guys did it, but I think you paid Hurts way too early. So seeing if you could do that again. I mean, a second year or third, because that was, Hurts went to the Super Bowl. Like, Hurts played out of his mind, so it's like, why wouldn't you want to pay him? Like, I'm not saying, either way, like, Hurts' stats are not bad, and, like, truthfully, and like I said, he has better stats than Stafford, and Stafford actually, got elected to the Pro Bowl, which is weird.
Hurts had an MVP. Like Mahomes is my guy, but Hurts had a valid claim to MVP last year. And this year, he was looking like MVP really early, and then it kind of just stopped. Yeah, it stopped. But
Hurts is still a top quarterback in the league. Don't get it twisted. So that's why, even this season, obviously depending on where they get. What happens to the Eagles during the playoffs? They could still. They're not gonna get rid of Hurts. Hurts is gonna have to really stink up, something up terrible, and he hasn't. He went to 9-8 till, was it 14-3 or 13-4 or whatever, and 11-6. So these are winning records. You're not gonna get rid of a quarterback like that. That doesn't really happen unless you're Tim Tebow. Some shit like that, So, they're gonna keep him, Hurts is, Hurts is gonna have to have a really bad season for him to get demoted. It should be interesting. It should be hopefully the playoffs, because I know last year's playoffs they weren't really that exciting, because pretty much people that won were supposed to win, stuff like that. So there wasn't a lot of upsets outside of the Giants bouncing out the Vikings. Except now the Eagles are this year's Vikings, which makes me kind of sad because everyone's discrediting them. I think just like I said, may the best team win. Let's see, get some final thoughts and get up out of there. I know LB's now he's getting the the chocolate chip cookies and everything all ready and shit like that late night. Like one day he'll join us in the big boy conversation.
Well, real quick, who do y'all pick to win Super Bowl? Just if you had to just give a name of a team, who do y'all pick to win the Super Bowl? Real quick.
No idea, honestly.
No idea.
It's any given Sunday.
I hate to say it, but the Niners seem like it might be their year, but Shanahan be choking. Fuck Niners.
Nah, this is the Ravens year. This is the Ravens.
The Ravens. I want the Ravens to win it. So honestly, if you're talking about Rams, my Rams are out. Go Ravens.
Because the Niners too. Like the Niners, they faced her and they got their asses handed to them by the Ravens. This shit was no joke. So if there's a team that I think it's going to win, it's the Ravens. If it's any other team other than the Ravens and the Niners in the Super Bowl, that means something went horribly wrong. Honestly, to me, especially because the Niners and the Ravens are healthy as shit and they have a first round bye. So I'm expecting those two to go to the Super Bowl. But like I said, it's any given Sunday or Saturday or Monday. So. May the best team win. The final thoughts so we can get up out of here. Pilot, your final thought?
Not much. Shouts out to the Ring Gang. Shouts out to the world. Shouts out to the comments. You know where to check us out at Ring and Radio on every platform imaginable: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everything else in between. Facebook, ringandradio.com. Then let's just hope we have a really good weekend and stay safe. That's all I got.
Word. P, what about you?
I ain't got much to say. You know what it is, Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. You know where to find us at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, ringgangradio.com. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope for some more good fights, and that's all I got to say. So, you know what it is.
Yeah, like I said, just to add on, again, we always thank you for the support. Obviously, if you want to donate to us, that banner's been scrolling across the screen for the last couple hours. We got that shit you want to need, that YouTube, our website. Listen, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends, and we can all be friends. But like I said, we do this shit for y'all, and yeah, like I said, we hope for a good weekend of boxing and a good weekend of football too. Like because Wildcard weekend is always a fun time and stuff like that. So. Yeah, and then fuck all this snow too. Of course, if you live in the Northeast, this these southern nor'easters kind of like coming up out of nowhere. Because right now I can hear the wind blowing too. So, yeah, I know probably have at least one power outage at least during the night. At least up in my area, I think P is safe with his flooding and shit. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative. For Cookie Bacon, LB Shuttleworth, the God of the Goat Artist. For King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk. Where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.